So I guess we have a cow who strayed into the woods. I'm starting off the day sunbathing in the garden. I'm sorry, what did I say? I'm flame weeding, not sunbathing. I'm starting off the day in the garden, flame weeding, where we're gonna plant our first crop this year. This is where we're gonna plant our first seeds, and Bree is gonna plant peas. Are you planting peas today?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's exciting because it's just one of the first things that goes in, one of our favorite things to eat fresh in the early part of the gardening season, and it's happening today. What's that?
Yellow dot. So many of you are like, you need to eat it, you need to make medicine with it, but there's more than I could ever get rid of. I don't know, maybe we'll try some. I knew it made medicine, I didn't know it was like food. So.
We've been battling this yellow dock in this section of the garden since we started gardening here.
I've discovered the best tool for getting it out though. I used to use my hori-hori, then I tried the broad fork at someone's suggestion. It's the pitchfork. The pitchfork gets the whole plant out, roots and all. It's really good.
Oh, that is good. I made a mistake here and now I'm paying the consequences. This blueberry bed is grown up in weeds so bad that from probably your perspective you can't even see the blueberry plants. I'm gonna start towards fixing this problem today. My plan is to mulch it really heavily with grass clippings. I know that grass clippings will smother whatever you put under them if you put it deep enough. And so I believe we can smother out this grass, weeds, whatever this one's called, I can't remember. I'm gonna start by hand weeding around each plant so that I can mulch up to the part that I hand weed. I'm gathering some of these wood chips that have migrated to the bottom of this bed and putting them around these plants so they have wood chips instead of grass clippings up to them. We have weeded around all of our blueberry plants and put mulch around all of them, and now it's time for me to mow some. I don't think this is gonna be a one-day project. I don't think I could get enough grass clippings from the whole yard to do this whole bed, so it's gonna be a multi-day project over a, multi-week project as we mow our yard. I'm gonna start on this end and move back that way. What are you guys playing?
We're playing Kingdom of Red and Blue.
Ha! Ha!
See ya.
I spilled the seeds all over the ground, so I'm just gonna use them straight from here. I just didn't want them to get mixed in with the ones that didn't spill. So I'm planting my sugar snap peas. I like to plant them heavy because the birds always find them. And I'm sure this is not the guidelines if you were to read a book or something, but I find that planting them heavy is better because the birds always find them, and then it leaves you a few plants. So for last year I decided to plant them not heavy and I had to replant them 3 times. So I try to plant enough that it's like I planted them 3 times already. Saves me a lot of work. I am so excited to finally be planting peas, sugar snap peas. They're my favorite. And of course, you know, after a couple weeks of hard work, it's nice to finally be able to plant something. That's kind of the funnest part, or the part that's the most fun. And there's a lot of work that leads up to that, you know? So when you finally get to do it, it's kind of like if you're a seamstress or if you know how to sew, there's so much work that goes into it. And then you finally get to sew something together. It's the same thing with a garden. One of my favorite tricks in the garden is that anywhere I can, I like to plant any crops that need trellising. Go ahead and plant them along the fence. That way I don't have to worry about later on finding the time to build a trellis. So I do my sugar snap peas on the fence over here. I do my cucumbers on the fence over there. We also had some Asian yard-long beans last year. And they were cool hanging from the fence, these long beans, so that was fun. I just know that we get busy. It's nice to know that the trellis is already in place. So that's a nice trick for you guys. I used to think that if I would just cover my seeds up better, the birds wouldn't see any seeds sticking out and they wouldn't come for them. But that's not true. They're watching us right now, all around here. They know what we're doing. They're very smart. Generations and generations of instincts. Birds are on it. They know when planting time comes. They know what it looks like for someone to be working in their garden. The other really cool thing about planting your peas heavily is that when, say the birds don't get your seed, when you thin your peas, you can eat all that. The little pea shoots are super healthy for you and they're very sweet and tasty, and I love pea shoots. So there's really no waste in it whatsoever.
Well, I've gotten about a third of this blueberry area done. That may be all I do today. We need to find the cow apparently because she's wandered off, I think. The apples are leafing out up here. That's always a nice thing when it happens. And the geese are enjoying their new home out here. Hey, do you know where the cow is? You don't know where she is?
No, I wanted to go look for her. That's why I was calling you down here.
Okay. I asked if anyone wanted to go help me find the cow, and guess who volunteered? You can probably guess.
You want to find cow?
You want to find the cow?
Yeah.
Alright, let's find the cow. When we let the cow out, we keep an eye on her, but we're not like right with her. And she's not in a fence. She's on our property. She's right on the edge of the neighbor's property up along our way. It's like this road we're on right here is actually the neighbor's right away, but it's technically on our property. And the cow, we bring the cow up here. You ready to get on my shoulders?
Yeah.
Up we go. Whoa, almost fell over. I almost fell over. Come on, let's go. You've been the star of the vlog recently, haven't you, buddy? Hasn't he? So what we normally do is we watch her, and like I was working in the yard mowing, Bree was at the camper and looking out, and Bree, she disappeared from Bree's view, and so Bree had me come down. I know she's up here. She hasn't passed by the camper. Like if she ran by the camper, we'd see her if she was going to go to the road or any other houses. If she goes this way and just goes and goes and goes, she'll end up going up the mountain, and there's not much to graze on up there. My thought is that she's probably up there by those cows. About this time she gets ready, she's done eating grass. We let her out for a few hours, she's completely stuffed. She wants to just ruminate, and she wants to hang out with her buddies while she ruminates.
Cow, here.
There's the cow. Hey lady, what you doing up here in the woods? Don't run her off that hillside. I don't want her to run down there, there's roots. The cow can, or a horse can easily break their leg in roots like this. Miss Alice is right there. There's our house. And right here is Grace. And then here's the other cows. So she was ready to go in, and we didn't catch it in time. So she ended up cutting back around the back way. And now she's outside the fence in the woods beside these other cows. We actually have to take her all the way back down and around that barn and then up through here, unfortunately. Watch your head. Those other cows are mooing. She doesn't want to go, but she will. We'll get her. All we have to do, we have to get her down around that barn, and she's on her way on the home stretch. So we'll go straight up to him. Come on, let's go, babe. Oh, you don't really want that, do you? You don't really want that last bite. You're full. It's like that last bite of Thanksgiving dinner that you eat, even though part of you doesn't even want to. Do you like cows?
No.
Oh, that's not true.
No.
So I'm giving her treats every time I'm around her to get her to like me. She came from a herd of cows. Basically, since she's been here, she's been in a herd. But I want to turn her into more of a family milk cow. And in that case, I really want to be able to lead her and not just have to herd her. Come on.
Tell me when you see that cow. She got away from you again?
I know it's the worst.
3 days in a row.
No, 2.
2 days in a row.
Because the worst, because it teaches her she can. Yeah, I feel like this is a good step because she'd gotten out of the enjoyment of humans touching her, and I think she likes it again, the way she puts her neck down and lets us do it. So she's coming back to being tamed. That's how you know. They just hang that neck down and let you do it.
These boys have missed Alice. There's the herd mentality that they have. They really miss goats or cows. They miss each other when they're apart.
Where's Ferdinand?
What's that emotion?
Rejoicing, the lady of the house is home.
Some people have been asking if this cow is pregnant, Miss Alice, and the answer is yes. She's due July 9th. We have not tested her. If she's not pregnant, then either that cow or that cow is going to be beef.
Cow or bull.
The cow or the bull.
But I saw her in heat October 9th, and I saw him very interested in her. It was like the 9th and the 10th, or the 8th and the 9th.
Yeah.
And they've never been like that since then, so she didn't come back into heat. I do know that all the Jersey girls that he was with last year,
yeah,
all calved.
So essentially, if she's not pregnant, we'll eat her.
Yeah.
Which I would feel bad about with Dolly, but not with Alice. Or maybe it's I've just gotten more used to the idea of eating cows and animals. I'm not sure which one it is.
I think for me, it's that I'm not super attached to Alice now. Ask me that in another year.
I was horrified by the thought of eating Dolly. People suggested it when she died. I was like, I don't think so. She's like a pet.
Bye, cows.
Bye, cows. Well, guys, thanks for joining us today. It's been another great day on the homestead. We had a lot of fun today. We got some stuff done in the garden. Had a cow escape into the woods, but we got her back. Anyway, y'all have a great day. Hope you're doing. See you in the next video. Hope you're doing good in whatever degree of isolation you're in right now. Brianna, why are you hiding behind me?
You're really tall.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.